This morning on Today's Health, hiring help when you have a baby. It can cost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, but can give soon-to-be parents peace of mind. But is it worth it? Dr. Nancy Snyderman is NBC's chief medical editor. Good morning to you, Nancy.
Hi, Meredith. Is it worth it? I don't know, but for a lot of people now who are looking at a nursing shortage in this country, there is a boon of sorts for a certain kind of mother's helper, if you will, a professional labor coach known as a doula. This profession is rising in popularity among expectant mothers who are willing to pay extra to get a little more TLC in their hours of need. But just as with any specialty, this is another one where it's buyer beware. Ask Debbie Aglietti what she does for a living, and you may have to ask her twice.
I'm a doula.
A what?
A doula. D-O-U-L-A.
Doula is a Greek word that means female helper, sometimes referred to as a professional labor coach. A doula's job is to provide advice, information, emotional support, and physical comfort to mothers before, during, and after childbirth. And it's a job that's rising in popularity. According to Doula International, the number of professional doulas certified through their organization grew from 750 in 1994 to 2,259 in 2007. Victoria Garrity hired Debbie for the births of both sons. First for Paxton, born in a local hospital, and again for Levon, born naturally at home.
Her entire job was just to make sure that my husband and I were as comfortable as we could possibly be.
This is my doula bag. In it I have my iPod for music, massage oils, lots of different kinds, and of course the favorite massage tool. Everybody raves about this thing.
Doulas do not have medical training. Rather, their job is to comfort anxious parents through a sometimes grueling and always unpredictable process.
She was there for the last 24 hours of the labor, offering, massage and support and information and helping us to understand what was being suggested.
But it's that role as patient advocate that can sometimes land less than savvy doulas in hot water with hospital medical personnel.
The doula sometimes will stand up and say, well, I don't agree with what the doctor is saying, and then the patient becomes hesitant to make the appropriate decision. In obstetrics, oftentimes you have a very limited amount of time to make a decision for the health of the baby. So if that time frame passes and regretfully the baby is damaged in the process, then who is responsible?
Citing liability issues, medical staff at her hospital in Reston, Virginia, banned doulas altogether.
Because it created a more hostile environment for deliveries, rather than making the experiences better for the patient, actually in some ways made them worse.
Her advice for those interested in hiring a doula? Do your homework.
They need to look at the qualifications of the doula. They come from very well-trained people who have been labor and delivery nurses and midwives to people who have taken a couple of courses.
Victoria did her research, found the right doula, and says her experience both times was better for it.
Helping me to have this birth experience as close to what I had wanted was it was really special to be so cared for.
And for Debbie, having a front row seat for one of the most profound life experiences a couple can have never gets old.
It's indescribable what I do and the rewards that I get from doing what I do, and to me it's the most amazing job anybody could have.
So Nancy, doula is not a midwife, right?
No,
different.
Not a nurse, not a midwife. These are really lay practitioners who have been through some training, but that training can be varied. There's a group called Doula International, which gives credentialing. That usually means having attended births, taking some courses, but not to confuse a doula with a midwife.
So if you want to hire a doula, what should you know?
I would talk to my doctor and labor and delivery nurses first and see if there were any recommendations. Mm-hmm. And then I think you really have to interview people. Most important, remember that this person is there to give you sort of emotional support, not to get in the way. And if a doula gets in the way of a labor and delivery nurse or your obstetrician, that's when there are problems. This person, in my opinion as a physician, is really to be there to help soothe you through labor, not to practice medicine.
But would you recommend that the doula meet your doctor and the nurses beforehand as well?
That's a very good idea, because I think your doctor and nurse have to be comfortable with this. You may not see your labor and delivery nurse, and frankly, until it's time for you to go into labor. But your doctor should know ahead of time the support staff that you're going to bring in. Because you and I have been through this before. You know that things can go very, very fast when things don't go quite right. And the last thing you want is a non-cohesive team. Your doctor and your nurse are the heads of that team.
And very, very quickly, average cost?
Can be in the mid-hundreds up to over $1,000 depending on where you live. Insurance does not cover this. This is an expenditure that frankly is a luxury for most women.
All right, Dr. Nancy Snyderman, thanks very much.
You bet, Meredith.